I remember the day like it was etched into my bones. Those cruel whispers, the judgmental glares, the way my own family looked at me with eyes filled with disgust. They called me a burden, a disgrace to everything they stood for. My best friend, the one I trusted with my secrets, had betrayed me so deeply that the world seemed to crumble around me in that moment. It was a public humiliation, the kind that leaves your soul exposed and trembling. I could hear their voices, mocking, tearing into my worth, and I felt the weight of their words crush my spirit. They told me to seek a restraining order against my own emotions, as if I could simply shut down the pain, lock away my feelings like some inconvenient trouble. I was broken, humiliated, cast aside by those I loved most. But beneath the ache, something fierce began to stir, a spark that refused to die. I knew I couldn't let their judgments define me. Not then, not ever. So I left. I walked away from their accusations and their pity, choosing silence over their disdain. Each day became a battle against myself, against their doubt. I poured every ounce of hurt into relentless effort, into proving that I was more than their narrow perceptions. I threw myself into my work, into learning, into rebuilding. The pain became my fuel, the words of betrayal my catalyst. Years passed. The world changed. I changed. I forged my own path, fierce, unyielding, unstoppable. I built a life that radiated confidence, success, and resilience. I learned that strength isn't about ignoring the hurt, but transforming it into a force that propels you forward. Every scar they left became a badge of honor. And then the day came, my return. It was quiet but powerful. I didn't need to shout or threaten. I simply appeared, radiant and unshakable, in a place where they thought I'd be broken forever. They looked at me as if seeing a ghost, an embodiment of everything they doubted, everything they tried to crush. I confronted them with my silence first, then my success. I spoke softly, but with conviction. The story of my pain, yes, but also of my triumph. I told them how their words once cut deep, how they tried to define me in their petty judgments, but how I refused to be a prisoner of their lies. My life, my choices, my confidence, they were my own, built brick by brick from the ashes of betrayal. And in that moment I saw it, their eyes wide with awe and a flicker of regret. Not because I proved them wrong out of spite, but because I refused to let their darkness dim my light. I had turned every ounce of doubt into a testament of strength. I had become unstoppable. That day I finally understood. Their betrayal was the spark that ignited my greatest transformation. My revenge was not in seeking to hurt them back. It was in rising so high that their words faded into dust. I am living proof that even in the face of the deepest betrayal, resilience blooms louder, brighter, and more powerful than any hurt. And that in itself is the sweetest victory.